What's up, guys? So quick question. What movie gives you Michael Cera fighting Captain America, having a base battle with Superman, while trying to get over his ex, Captain Marvel? No, this isn't some fan fiction fever dream. This movie actually exists. Today we're going over Scott Pilgrim versus the World. What's up, guys? It's Victor the Digital Dimwit, and I love watching movies just as much as Knives loves Clash of Demon Head.
Oh, I heard that so much. Yeah.
Scott Pilgrim has been one of my favorite movies ever since it first came out. While it was in theaters, I saw it about 7 times. The week it came out on Blu-ray, I saw it about another 11 times. And since then, I'm probably in the thousands by now on how many times I've seen this movie. Because you know what? I love this movie. I really do. I don't know, maybe it's just Romona. Is that weird?
It's not weird at all.
Edgar Wright's 2010 film adaptation of Scott Pilgrim based on Brian Lee O'Malley's book of the same name. So I do love this movie. I've seen it so many times, and one thing I love about it, it's Edgar Wright putting his little Edgar Wright sprinkling on it, giving us more things to look at than just the movie. Those of you familiar with Edgar Wright's works, whether it be Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, Baby Driver, knows that he's not opposed to using some visual gags in his movies, and Scott Pilgrim is chock full of them. I can make a video with every single visual gag, every little reference, every call out to a video game or a movie. That video would probably be longer than the movie itself, so I'm gonna go ahead and just go with some of my favorites. Some of these you might know, some of these you might not. If I do miss any that you enjoy, go ahead and leave a comment down below, and I'll make a part 2 and I'll feature you as pointing out this dimwit's mistake. As always, I ask you to please like and subscribe to the video so I can keep this channel going, keep it alive. But let's get into it. Some of the awesome hidden visuals are with the X's. There's 7 X's. Each X has, of course, their number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And those numbers are represented with them. Let's start with Matthew Patel, Evil X number 1. He has a single chevron print on his sleeve. He points with his one finger, and he even covers one eye. Alright, so Lucas Lee, Evil X number 2, he probably has the most references to his place in the League of Evil X's. He has a 2 on his movie trailer. He points with 2 fingers. He says it will only take 2 minutes to beat up Scott Pilgrim, as well as trying to grind over 200 steps. Also important to note, he fights using body doubles, the double 2. I thought it was pretty good, pretty clever. Evil X number 3, Todd Ingram, he does carry a number 3 on his shirt. His shirt sleeve while he's playing does have 3 lines. Fighting Scott in the alleyway, the trash cans do have number 3s spray painted onto them. Evil X number 4, Roxy Richter, does fight Scott Pilgrim at a club named number 4, as well as the leggings have 4 tears on them. For number 5 and number 6, they are the Katsunaga twins. Their speakers going up to 11. Yes, that is a Spinal Tap reference. 5 plus 6, tell me what that is. Alright, now let's get to Gideon Graves, which is, you know, the boss. He is Evil X number 7. He put the whole league together. Fun to know, his name is Gideon Graves, and the 7th letter of the alphabet is G, so we got that. His logo is also 3 7s turned on their sides to look like the letter G. And also when he fights Scott Pilgrim, the sword he uses is very similar to the sword used by Sephiroth in Final Fantasy number 7. Alright, as for Scott, he's not an X yet, but he still has some numbers that follow him. He's seen wearing a shirt that says 0 on it, as well as Coke Zero being his favorite drink. Also interesting to see that after his fight with Roxy, Evil X number 4, he is wearing a 4.5 shirt, similar to the one worn by Franklin Richards in Fantastic Four. Shows where he's at. He's in between Evil X number 4 and 5, so he's at 4.5. Great visuals that happen and take place in the movie. Early on in the movie, when Scott and Romona are on the bus and Ramona's going over the whole League of Evil X's that he has to fight in order to be with her, while she's explaining the rules, the lights in the background are shaped as X's, while Scott's background has lights shaped as hearts. It really shows where their minds are. She's focused on the X's and what she has to go through, and he's just in love with this girl. I mean, it's hard not to be. Once they figure out that they are going to be together and they are going to continue with this whole league so they can be together, Ramona's X's turns to hearts because now she's on the same page as him. We're talking about Todd Ingram, Evil X number 3. Ramona mentions that he punched a hole in the moon for her. It did happen in the comics, and you know what? It happens in the movie too. You can later see it when Scott finished fighting the Katsunaga twins. There's a close-up of the moon, and you do see that there's a punched hole in there. Alright, there is another scene where Scott is walking by himself and he is surrounded by 7 X's. There are 2 white X's on the side of him and about 5 yellow X's behind him. This happens after he finishes fighting Matthew Patel and Lucas Lee. So the white ones are once he's taken down, The yellow X's are actually X's that he has to come up and fight soon. I don't know, I really could go on and on talking about this movie. If you do have any Scott Pilgrim facts that I forgot to mention or just didn't have time for in this video, go ahead and drop them. I'll add them in the next video and I'll put you in it too. I wonder how many Scott Pilgrim videos we could get, because we can go over the books, we can go over the movie, we could go over the game. It's really endless. I really do love this movie. For now, Digital Dimwit, go ahead and like and subscribe. And don't forget, you keep watching, I'll keep making these videos. See you later.